So we can say, you know, we want to encourage you to absentee ballot. Why do we want to do that? The primary reason is so that it keeps the polls as free as possible on voting day. And the other thing is, what if your car doesn't run on voting day? You've already voted. You don't have to worry about it. So we're going to encourage them to do that. Now, the first thing we want them to do is if they will go to 219 Third Loop Road, the Election Commission, that's the preferred way to absentee vote. They call it early voting. It generally happens 3 to 5 weeks prior to the election. Anytime during that time, they can go ahead and vote. So that's what we'd prefer. If it's particularly one of those gold ones and they says, you know, I can't get out. And you say, you know, your vote is important to me. And if I'll be glad to help you apply for an absentee ballot by mail. And if you want me to, I'll come back in January and I will help you get that letter out or that phone call to request that absentee ballot so that you can go ahead and be able to vote. And when you get it, if you need some help with that, you'll be glad to help them with that. I'm going to ask you, very honestly, do not influence their vote unless they say, well, who would you vote for? Then, you know, speak your conscience. But do not make sure that they vote their conscience. That's what that vote is all about. That's the intent. Okay. Now, so if you, in that column, you'll put, if they are going to do an absentee ballot, put a Y. If they're going to do it at Third Loop, put a -3. If they think they're going to need help, put a Y-H.
Is there a key printed on here somewhere?
Is it in there, right?
A key for that, does it tell you what you just said? Is that printed here anywhere?
Right there.
It's in this document.
It's in the document. It's on the last page.
Okay.
It's number 8.
It's on the outline that we had in the flyleaf of your
Right,
notebook.
front.
Yeah,
Right.
it's in there.
All of this that I'm talking through is there.
Yeah, the whole presentation that he's talking about is in, y'all got 4 copies of it.
Okay, the next thing is personal investment for campaign. Now we got in national offices, we got 3 incumbents that are Republican. State, we got 6 incumbents, and there's 5 Democrats that need to be converted. And in the county, there's 8 incumbents and 1 Democrat that needs to be converted. In the city, there's 3 Democrats that need to be converted. And then there's special positions such as the sheriff.
On that same thing, we have got a document from the Election Commission that has every elected officer in Florence County.
It's in here.
So I didn't know if that one was in with the photographs and all that in
No, the photograph's not there, but to know who it is, if you look in here, you can see the name, and you'll see if it's red, it means that they're Republican. If it's black, it means they're Democrat or independent, other than Republican. But if you want to go online to EC Votes, you can get the other information.
Right, plus I've got a document with all that too. If you want to see their picture and stuff like that, just let me know, I can email it to you.
Okay, so if they're at all willing, and I've had some people already tell me, yeah, I'll consider helping somebody with a campaign, and if they do, just put a yes there. Say it's not in blood. That signature was before this. You don't have to worry about it. Just indicate their interest in doing so, and then and if they say no, put an end there. I mean, we need to concentrate our time on those that are interested. Now, does that all kind of gel? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now, what I'd like to do is, let me knock on the door to Mike's house.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm Ray Kingsbury. As you can see, I'm with the Lawrence County GOP. And we're doing some canvassing. And our canvassing is not just for the Republican Party. We're actually doing some things that are nonpartisan, trying to clean up some of the data that is recorded, that you recorded when you did your voter registration 10 years ago or 20 years ago, whatever it is. That's probably changed. So what I'd like to do is, you're listed right here. See, this is you. Is that your name?
Yes.
Okay. Now that's not your name, because that was your wife, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, that's because this only lists the household.
Okay.
There's 18,000 households we're going to be canvassing, and there's 29,000 voters that are represented in all those households. But what I'm wanting to do is just to make sure that this information that is in the voter registration department is accurate. So this is your right address, right?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. Do you have an email address?
Sure.
Okay, would you give it to me?
Sure.
Okay, I write it down. Legibly. Okay,
So we can use it.
so we can use it. Telephone number, cell number. Do you have a cell number?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, would you give that to me?
Heck no, I ain't giving you no phone number.
Okay. If you don't want to give me a phone number, that's fine. I can figure
You
it
can
out.
have my phone. You can have my phone.
No, but I mean, if they say no, said, I can appreciate that. Don't be antagonistic. Just say, I appreciate what you can give me. If all I can get is your address, praise the Lord. And when you say it that way, then they say, well, okay, we'll so he the Lord convicts him, and he gives me his telephone number. And he gives me his phone number. Now, if that's true, here's my pen that somebody borrowed. Would you please sign it right there?
Yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah.
Okay. Now, there's some other things that we'd like to, from Florence County GOP, just talk about briefly. One of them is, have you ever been to one of our meetings?
No, I haven't.
Well, I tell you what. See this card right here? This tells you a little bit about the Florence County GOP. Tells you how often we meet. Tells you where we meet, and it tells you the starting time and everything. And next meeting, we're going to have a subject that is going to be probably 50% of the people, even in this room, don't know what it amounts to.
What is it?
Convention of States. Have you ever heard of it?
No, I never heard of Convention of States.
Well, I tell you what, if you come,
Yep.
this is one of the two ways in which this country can pass laws. You're familiar with the legislature, right?
Right.
We can do it with Convention of States too. And Larry is putting together, along with several other people, a whole subject on the Convention of States. Does that sound interesting?
Yeah.
Wow. We need you to be there.
I'd like to come. When is it?
Oh, right there it says, second
Okay.
Monday of the month. Okay, and at 7 o'clock, if you haven't eaten, come and get some victuals. Mal over there, if he doesn't get you some decent victuals, we'll get him.
As long as he brings that can of stuff up, he's all right.
Okay, now, as a Republican Party, we feel as though it's important that we tell people what we believe. And on the back here, what we've done is we've put together our platform, what we believe. And I'd like to just kind of go through this with you just briefly. We believe in God. We don't specify whether you're Christian, Muslim, whether you're Catholic, Baptist, or whatever. We believe in the God of the unalienable rights. You probably believe that too, don't you?
Sure.
Okay. See, try to get a yes, Sure. Okay. And, if we pray to that God, we need to have consequential prayers. What in the world is that? We need to have effective prayers. A consequential prayer is one that has some real guts to it, some value. Okay? You'd probably agree with that too, wouldn't you?
Sure.
Okay? We also believe in right to life. What in the world is that? You really do? You mean people really do that these days? Yep, and we tell you what it is. We believe in limited government. We do not want the government telling us what to do. We want government to protect us and provide some of the essentials, but that's it. And then we believe in border security. You know that crazy wall down there between us and Mexico? We actually believe that we should have that wall, and we should have some administration to make it effective. Economic freedom. We believe in where in the world am I? I got lost. Show me where I am. There we are.
There, economic freedom, locally, statewide. That's right there, bro.
Right. Isn't that amazing? And what's that last two words there?
Capitalism, free debt.
Debt-free. Debt-free. Boy, that would be neat, wouldn't it? If our grandkids didn't have to pay back for what we spent. Individual rights. You know, each one of these. Is there anything on there that you don't identify with?
Not much.
Okay. I'll let you keep that.
Thanks.
Okay? Now, in addition to that, you know, an organization such as the Republican Party doesn't work without membership. And you've already said you believe all of that. That means that in your heart, you're one of us. Now what we'd like to do is to ask you to come and join us.
Have to speak up, Ray.
Okay? We ask you to come and join us. My throat's getting sore. So would you be at least interested in doing that?
Sure.
Okay? I'm going to put a Y down here that you are.
Okay.
Now, because you said you are, I'm going to give you an application, and I don't have time tonight to go through it with you, but I want to, it lists some things, some areas of application, or some prices, some costs. Thank you. Thank you. Like you're going to shoot it at me.
I might throw some on you.
It covers some levels here that you can become a member at. But we really believe, we would like to think that our people would come in. And
I'll do that platinum elephant one for you.
Okay, you do that. You can't do a diamond?
No, not today.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll come back tomorrow. Okay, so I'll leave that with you. Thank you. So then, have you ever heard of poll work?
Sure.
You know when you go to the polls to vote, there's people in there that are running those little computers. Some people don't know how to run computers, but they know how to tell people what to do, right?
Right.
If you were a parent, you know how to tell people what to do, right?
Yeah, I can tell my youngins real good.
Right, and they'll tell you too, won't they?
No, they won't be.
Not more than once, right?
That's right, baby. They don't tell me
Okay,
twice.
okay. So if you can't run a computer, you at least tell somebody where to go.
Right.
You've probably done that a time or two.
Okay.
Okay, so if you're interested in doing that, I'd like to put a yes down here and come, and I'm going to give you a form. And here's the form. I don't have it right now, but here's
That's the registration form.
the registration form.
It's a
No,
poll worker forms. You've got poll worker forms. Did y'all see them? Everybody see the poll worker forms?
Okay, so
Like that?
So here, so go ahead and fill that out and take it down to Third Loop Road office, 219 Third Loop Road, and give it to them. They'll ask us some questions and do a little bit of an interview. And come January, they'll give you a call and ask you to come in for training. Okay, and then if you're willing to do that, I'd like to put down a yes. Can I do that?
Sure.
Okay. Next thing is absentee ballot. You know what one of those are?
That's where them people go to vote early.
They go to vote early many times. Now, the seniors can all of them can go vote. They're authorized. But 17 different reasons why a person can vote early. And we're going to encourage people to vote early anytime they possibly can, because election day, you may be in the hospital and we want your vote. So we want you to be sure and vote early. Can we depend on that?
Sure, that'd be good.
Would you go down to Third Loop Road to do that early vote?
I can drop it off. I can go by vote.
Okay, that's great. Now, the last thing, you know, we've talked to here a little bit about a number of things. You know, come next year, we've got a number of elections. And there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be campaigning for different positions. Would you be willing to support some of that?
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Okay. I'm not going to ask for any dollar value or anything right now, but I would like to put a yes down here that you'd be interested in. We may come back to you and see which ones you might be interested in doing.
One of the reasons I think this is an important one here too is one of the things that has not happened that I've seen in the years I've been with the GOP is any candidate come to the GOP and ask for help. I would like for us to be able to give a candidate help. That means walking, look, we've got people who want to be involved. I've got a group here, you know, talk to them, see if you can get them to like you, because each candidate, you know, you got your candidate and I got my candidate, and I'm not going to help you with yours because I don't like yours and stuff. But we at least have people who will want to be involved, and we said we got a list of people here that you can, the candidate can actually come to us and ask us, and we can help them. And that's why I think we're here.
Right. Not only that, but we've got a lot of data in here that if they have it, it will motivate them to even run. Okay? It's amazing what we got here. Okay. Did I?
We're at the end.
Oh, yes. Okay. Does that sound tough? There's one other thing we want to add. Now, look in the back of the book, and you'll see a poll sheet. It'll look like this.
Resources?
Under resources.
Under
in the back,
resources.
It's the one
It's
that's
the sheet we put in tonight.
Yeah, it's the one you put in tonight.
Oh,
They don't know that
Very
much.
last sheet.
It's the last sheet with the poll question.
Right. Now, on here, it says Florence County GOP canvas poll for sheriff. Report results monthly to David Rass. We've got his telephone number, email address, and what you ask the person is, if the election were to occur today, who would be your candidate? And so if they say TJ Joy, you just put a line. And then, see, I got that little thing up here that says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, kind of do it that way. So then at the end of the month, you call David and say, hey, I got 3 for Joy, 4 for Kirby, and 50 for Lynch. There's the Democrat. And I said, well, you gotta be kidding. Can't you sell better than that? No, I'm just kidding. Somebody else may be there too. Go ahead and put that down. Don't worry about the name. Just put the fact that it is somebody else. Okay. How tough is that? That's a whole lot easier than what it started to sound like, right?
okay, Ray, I got a question. Now, are we going to do this on a specific day? Is this what it is, or specific days as a group?
I'm going to depend on your committee members to take it from here.
Okay. Now, we have these forms. We're not supposed to make copies. So let's say us four decide to do it. Will he or Tom give us the sheets?
He'll sign it out to you.
Yes, he'll sign it out to you.
He'll
Okay.
sign it out to you.
Right.
That's the first sheet in this
That's
one
right.
right here.
Okay.
Right, this is where you sign them out.
And he'll sign them out by street. By street.
By street.
Right.
Y'all see that? At the beginning of the precinct tab, the very first one is where you sign out the streets for someone to walk. To sign out those sheets.
So
Because it's just real important that that we really try to capture this data. I'm salivating over the email addresses that I'm going to be able to get off of this. you know, and hopefully my wife, she'll get some real numbers she can call. And I get robocaller over here going.
Okay,
Where do we put the email addresses at?
On the
okay.
sheet, right here,
Look on this sheet, yeah.
right there on the sheet.
See, it says email?
You find your precinct sheet,
And if those phone numbers are correct, just leave them.
just leave them alone.
But if they're not, like, you can
Just write up under it.
If it's not.
What's not there?
Okay, if it's not on yours, make a note of that and give me a
Have the
call.
email? Okay,
There's space for it, but there's no.
if it doesn't have it, I mean, let us know and we'll reprint them for you.
Right, go reprint and put it in there.
How many people do not have a space for emails? 1, 2,
Now, that, you're not talking about the law. You're
No.
talking,
No, I'm talking about the,
the spreadsheet in your actual worksheet,
Got it.
yeah, the work, which is the blank data sheet.
not the blank one, this one here. This one here.
Okay, yeah, that has.
Ours is.
okay.
Okay,
Okay, there, I've obviously got some problems, so just let me know and we'll reprint them.
That space, me,
right, you have an email? Yeah. Right there, okay.
Yeah, the only one
Clean
that
stuff.
doesn't have it is the log.
We can reprint.
Doesn't need it.
Yeah, the log doesn't have it?
Log doesn't have it, but it doesn't need it.
No, all you have to do is write it in there, it'll be obvious what it is. Okay? Any other questions?
So when you send out a sheet, you're signing out all the streets on that sheet, which could be 4, 5, 6, 1, any number, right?
Okay, yeah, now, to give you an example, today, or when I talked to Paul, he has Yellowstone, but there's 3 or 4 Yosemites on that same sheet. I gave him those Yosemites too.
Okay. Ray, is there anything else you?
Is there any other questions that you guys have? I know this has gone on quite a while.
I know we get the data for that top one there, but from there, then we want to find out who else is registered. Who else is registered to vote in the house?
No, don't worry about it. No, it's okay to do that, but if you just do this, we have contact with the household, and that's, he's gonna salary.
I'm just thinking maybe.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we could do the whole thing, but that's another 10,000 lines. And we got a big enough chore. We just want to make sure that we have contact with the household.
But
Right.
Ray,
Yes.
there wouldn't be anything wrong with carrying voter registration forms along with you.
You got them there.
Huh?
Of course.
You got 'em with you.
Okay,
That's
and
why we
just-
gave to you.
Okay,
Right.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood
Right.
what the question was then.
Uh,
Ask, is there
if
anyone else in the home that's not registered to vote?
Right, you can do that. And if there are, give them a voter registration form. That's why we provided the poll worker form, the voter registration forms. There's copies of these. I have some additional ones if and when you need them. Get back with me and I'll provide them to you.
Okay,
On this list, is this both Democrat and Republican?
No, just Republicans.
if you look at the GOP database, they have got every Republican and every Democrat there rated by hard Republican, soft Democrat, and hard Democrat. Hard is you vote every time you vote. Soft is you might vote at the general election. These are the hard and soft Republicans
Combination.
in your precinct that we know about.
Okay? Any other questions?
Actually, I was just gonna mention something, because George had a question I think probably will end up occurring to other people, maybe not tonight, but will, when they get to the canvassing poll for sheriff, and he was just wondering, will we get any information on these candidates, which eventually, of course, we will, but for the purpose of doing this survey, it doesn't matter, because you're not trying to give out any information on any of those candidates.
No.
No.
You just want it, it's like a flash poll.
Well-
Or if they don't know any of the candidates or don't have a preference of the ones listed or someone else they can name, then.
Then leave it
don't
blank.
Just leave it blank.
Right.
It's only if they do name a preference from those three, or if there's other, if they name somebody else, I think we might want to write down that name if they know of somebody who's thinking of running, but that might be interesting. But realistically, you don't have to know anything about those candidates right now. You just ask, it's just a matter of whether the person you're asking knows anything and
Right.
has a preference.
Okay.
Now, he's gonna be reporting on this monthly, so by all means, on Monday, the first Monday of the month, get this information to him, and if you don't, he'll be calling.
Yeah, I'll be contacting everybody, all the ECs and stuff. I'm gonna really try to stay on top of this data. I wanna thank y'all for coming. Please take care of these notebooks. I can't tell you how much energy and time has been put into these notebooks. So,
Do let them know that, we can team up and.
yeah, we're gonna, you know, this is a GOP-wide thing. You know, work your precincts as hard as you can, but if you need help, we're gonna get groups. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pick out some Saturdays between now and the end of the year that we can get all together, and maybe we focus on Glenn's precinct and wipe it out. And we focus on Paul's precinct and we wipe it out. You know, if we can get 10 people and we get the notebook and we go take care of this, bam, get it done.
But Glenn, don't depend on that. Boy, it gets some people to start working.
That's right. All right. Okay, anything else?
That's it.
All right, thank y'all for, yes ma'am, Ms. Lowe.
What is your arrangement for who goes with? Two people are always supposed
I
to
would,
be together.
safety is always paramount. I would not do this by yourself. Always have somebody with you, okay? All right. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna do the same thing. You're the only one.